In this video, we will be talking about generating a draw. We will click Start, go to our Demo Rodeo Association here, which we're already logged into, go to Rodeo Setup and Generate Draw. One thing we should clarify here is this is the placement draw, also known as the member draw or the competitor draw. This does not include the stock draw. Prior to generating your draw, you should ensure that all entrants are complete. You've made any changes, any updates, any edits. All the stock for all the applicable events are available in your stock database and they are selected. We'll be doing the stock draw after the competitor draw, but this is a good time to check that all is ready. So now we choose the competition for the draw. The way the draw generation works is that we can actually draw up to 4 different rodeos at the same time. We happen to have 3 in the system. We're not going to draw them all at the same time. Where this is most often used is if you have multiple rodeos, individual rodeos within the same weekend. You may have one in one location, one in another. This allows you to save some time, generate things all at once. Or if you happen to be doing something called a paired rodeo, this is a good time to run that as well. So we will select the March rodeo. We will click to initialize the draw. And what that does here is that it wipes out any existing draw file for this particular rodeo. It copies over all the useful information from the entrance file into the draw file and gets us ready to go. So we'll hit select rodeo and it now says the draw initialization is complete. Then we have a number of steps that we'll need to complete in order to generate the draw. But first we have a question that we need to ensure we answer or to skip. Some organizations use Slack performances, and they also have situations where competitors may be drawn out of a rodeo. This is an opportunity to select this as yes, in which case anyone who is drawn out of the rodeo is then immediately redrawn into the Slack. It will happen automatically. If this doesn't apply, just click the button again and it will reset to no. So not all organizations use the same options in their draw generations. As we go through, we will point some of this out. So step number 1 here, assign priorities to entry groups. If your organization doesn't use entry groups, or if you don't assign priorities, you can just skip this. And in essence, there will be no priorities. Everybody will be the same priority level. However, if you do, click this button, it will generate a list of all of the entry groups. So you'll see it's in this rodeo. You'll see the group ID. You will see the names of the members of the group, and the lead member of the group is always listed first. And this is one of the options for how priorities are then assigned. So we can set priorities here, and 10 is the highest priority level. They will get the highest priority treatment in terms of being placed into the draw. And how and why you determine your priorities is up to you. This is a place where you can manage it. So we'll just go in and set some priorities. Perhaps you have a rule that singles only get a 5 level, while as larger groups maybe they get a 10. Or it may be based on seniority. It may be based on other factors. Here we have a smaller group. What your actual rules are as to why priorities are assigned, that's up to you. Quite often, if the member type of an individual is a permit or a local, often they will get the lowest priority. But those are settings that happen in other places, and we can always discuss those in another chapter. So then we save the priority settings. And we see here now that they're saved and they're sorted by priority order here. So again, that's the order in which the draw generation engine will attempt to place these groups and these individuals into the rodeo draw. So next, number 2 is set max number of entrants by event. We will click on that, and it will take us to the max number of entrants. So this is the maximum number of entries that will be drawn into this event in this performance. So let's say in pole bending, you happen to have 10 entrants and you set each of these to 4. That guarantees that 2 people are going to be drawn out. Some organizations use these. It may depend on the amount of stock they have. It may depend on a number of different factors. So if you need to set the maximum number, it's also a way to balance out entries across 2 performances such as this, or to place all of your entries. You could take something like bareback and put 10 in there and 0 in performance 2, which means that all of your bareback riders are going to be placed into performance 1, which may be a situation limited by stock availability. And then once you have once you have set all of your maximums, we hit Save Max Settings, and it will load and take us back to what we set here. And you just want to scroll through and confirm you have everything set. Again, we set this one to 0 just as an example. Now, many organizations do not set limits on the number of entrants in any particular performance. So in that case, we would just set all max to unlimited, and we would hit Save Max Settings again, and it will just put a number of 1,000, which theoretically you're not going to have more entrants than 1,000. But if you needed to limit something after this, you can always go back and set that limit lower. So now that we have answered our question about moving unassigned entries to Slack, we have assigned priorities to entry groups. We have set the max number of entrants by event. We obviously have our rodeo selected. Now it's time to actually generate the draw. So we hit the button, and the draw generation goes off and spins through all of the variables and settings and priorities and maxes and entries and events and all of those combinations of groups. And it now tells us that a new draw has been generated. The following draw placements were made. This is a list of everybody who has been placed and where they've been placed in the draw. If we have members who have not been placed in the draw, those that were drawn out, then it would tell us down here. We have this message that says all entrants were placed in the draw. Because we set this to unlimited in the max number of entrants per event, we would expect all entrants to be placed in the draw. If there were entrants that were drawn out, there would also be a list of those shown here, and we actually have that draw exceptions report as well, which shows everybody who was not placed in the draw. So now if we want to make changes, or if we want to review this in another format, we can go to another feature, which will be a subject of another chapter, the review and adjust draw placements. If we're happy with what we see here, we can set the draw to display on the web right now. Now at this point, the draw has been generated. There hasn't been a review of the draw. There's been no editing. It is only visible to admins until you set the draw to display on the web or to display on the member side. Admins are the only people that can see the draw at this time.